I learned so much from my professors, but one of the most important pieces of advice had to do with choosing a career path. I went to my professor at the beginning of my bachelor's degree in the first semester, and I worked for 4 years out of high school and played in an orchestra, and then I went back to university. So I was 20 years old when I started, and at that time I had decided that I was going to be an orchestra musician. I thought, well, I played in orchestra and I'm probably going to play in orchestra because I don't have a solo career. It doesn't seem like that's something that's on the horizon. So probably I'm going to play in an orchestra. So I thought, well, I have to practice for auditions. I need to start to work on this repertoire, and it's very, very competitive. So I went to my professor and I said, Professor, I would love to bring some excerpts to you to work on excerpts. And he said, well, I would love to work on the excerpts with you, but why do you want to work on excerpts now? You're just at the beginning of your bachelor's degree. And I said, well, I think I'm going to be an orchestra musician eventually, so I should get started, and start working on this. And he said, well, it's very good to plan ahead, and yes, you should definitely be doing that. But he said, I think that you should not think that you are going to be an orchestra musician, because you are going to close many doors if you do that. I said, oh, okay, so what should I do then? He said, well, you should really think about being an artist and developing your artistry, developing your art, and your artistic growth is what you should concentrate on. So you should go and hear all the wonderful musicians here. This was at Indiana University. You should go to hear the master classes of János Starke and Menachem Pressler. You hear the cello and the violin and Joseph Gingold. Go to their classes and learn from them and absorb everything you can. And learn as much as you can from everywhere that you can. And in this way, you will grow, but you don't actually close any doors. Eventually, if you're going to be an orchestra musician, then you will go as an orchestra musician, but with a very large, expansive knowledge of a lot of different areas. But who knows, maybe you will become a quartet musician. And actually, the truth is that I now am an orchestra musician. I also play in a quartet. And I also teach. And if I had focused only on the orchestra excerpts during that time, maybe I wouldn't be playing in a quartet, because I wouldn't have the skills. But instead, during my time at school, I did a lot of chamber music, and I left that possibility open as one of the things that could happen. So that was one of the most important pieces of advice that I received as a student.